Hello ladies and gentlemen, James Bond No Time to Die has now crossed 700 million. Quite surprising, I think. A lot of people will be surprised to hear this. It's doing so-so. Obviously, a lot of these articles come out and go, right, it is now the best film of the pandemic era. I mean, it is. So it's the top grossing Hollywood film of the pandemic era at the international box office. But what does that mean? Not a whole lot, quite frankly. It doesn't mean that it is still going to succeed. This film needed to make like 800 million or something like that to start breaking even. Just astronomical figures. Absolutely bonkers. And it has obviously just, subsequently fallen week on, week out. Now it's actually available on VOD. Is it going to start... Well, I mean, can it start cracking another $100 million on VOD? I don't know. I don't think so. So let's take a look. Let's see whether this is a bust, whether it's a success or not. Obviously, a lot of these articles will say it is a success because it's the top grossing film of the pandemic era. That's a fact. But the amount of money that they need is also another fact. And they haven't hit that yet. So we can't really say it's a success in that regard. Yeah. James Bond has accomplished another assignment. Expect some epic puns throughout this. So punny. No Time to Die has become the top grossing Hollywood movie of the pandemic era at the international box office after finishing Sunday with $558.2 million in ticket sales and eclipsing the $549 million earned overseas by Fast 9. So that's good. Yeah, that is good, right? It's all good stuff. Just as a side note, before I dive into this a little bit further, did you know I've got a second channel? That's right. It's down below in the description box. It's a vlog channel, car channel, and obviously a bit of a mechanic-based car channel with some vlog stuff thrown in there. You might really like it. There are some very rare Japanese cars on there that you may never actually get the chance to see. Genuinely, an R32 GTR tuned by Endless in Japan. Pretty cool. A Nissan Pulsar GTIR, a rally homologation car, which there's only 23 currently in the UK on the road. Pretty rare stuff. Check it out in the description box. And follow me over on Twitter and Instagram at Missed Reviews. There's some funny interactions on my Twitter, namely with a chap called Data Racer. That was today's Monday morning. Oh, it was so funny. The lack of self-awareness was great. Anyway, so... Universal, home of Fast 9, is also handling No Time to Die internationally on behalf of MGM and Eon Productions. So, like I said, it started to go out now. It's on VOD. It's one of those things where this is where people go, right, if it failed at the box office, which technically this is a failure because it's not broken even, if it failed at the box office, VOD is where it's going to start really racking it up. So, No Time to Die, the 25th installment in the storied franchise and directed by Kerry Fukunaga, stars Daniel Craig in his final turn as 007. Whilst its release was delayed numerous times due to the COVID-19 crisis, the wait didn't sideline the movie. No, the movie sidelined the movie. Among other accomplishments, No Time to Die has surpassed Skyfall's lifetime gross in 18 markets and Spectre in another 22 markets, not adjusted for inflation. So if they did adjust it, would it now? Maybe. No Time to Die is Universal's top earner of all time in the UK, Ireland, Netherlands and Switzerland. So it has done well, right? If they didn't spaff so much money on this, it would have actually been considered a success. Like, genuinely, like 700 whatever it is million dollars is great. Not when it costs so much. So if they just... It's all about budgets now. If they just tone down those budgets... And this is why I'm consistently amazed by Hollywood, and they're just out of... And they are out of control. The budgets are insane. Just sort the budgets out. Compared to Russia, who's put out some really, really interesting movies with heavy amounts of CGI, which tends to be the complaint as to why Hollywood's movies are so expensive by Hollywood people themselves. Sputnik cost nothing. And that is heavy CGI. Great little film. Highly recommend, actually. I did a review on it. You can watch it up over there. Great film. Really, really good film. And heavy CG and cost bugger all. Like, cost in the single digits of millions, I think. Nothing. Nothing at all. So if this film didn't cost so much, that would be considered to be hugely successful. But $700 million is not breaking even yet. So they're not even into profit, which is just sad. And by the way, like I want theatres to keep going, and I want film to keep going. I am on their side in that regard. Just sort the budgets out, because that's astronomical. So, also in the UK, Home Movie on No Time to Die is the 5th highest grossing film of all time, after passing up Avengers Endgame. So No Time to Die opened this weekend in Australia. I'm amazed that's open in Australia, because I did not think Australia was allowed out of their homes. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have Australian subscribers. What the hell is going on down there? Because we've heard interesting things in the outside world. In its last major market, the film grossed an impressive 8.2 million, by far a pandemic-era best, but they've been locked down. So that's not a record you'd want to tout that much. In North America, James Bond grossed the 150 million mark over the weekend to finish Sunday with a worldwide total of 708.6 million. It hit premium VOD last week. So here's where it's going to start going tanking, right? It'll tank in its theatrical releases. Also, not to mention that it doesn't matter now it's been released in Australia. That's going to tank because it's on VOD, meaning it will be downloadable. And normally I'd say the fact that things are releasing on streaming tends not to affect a movie if it's good and people want to go watch it. That's the point. This is a slightly different one. It's been out long enough for people to have been discussing it long enough for Australia, probably just to go, no, I'm just going to download it now. So we'll see. I think the majority of people that were going to pay to watch this have already done it in Australia. I think that's it. I think it's going to tank. It's going to fall off a cliff next week with Australia. I could be wrong. It's just my prediction. Anyway, so Fast 9 remains the top grossing Hollywood title released during the pandemic era with 721 million in global ticket sales. So this won't... I can't see it topping that. I'd be surprised if it does. But maybe. I could be wrong. So there's nothing else really to go into here. I just thought this would be an interesting video. So can we still consider this a flop? Well, 708.6 million is the total that it has hit. Yes, whilst hitting video on demand last weekend, I would say, yeah. I mean, point blank, it's a pretty big flop along right there. I don't think this is going to hit that much more. I certainly don't think it's going to top. It's Fast 9, isn't it, that hit 721 million global. I'd be surprised if it does, but I think that the VOD, they'll probably accrue a little bit, but another 100 million? No. I don't think it's going to hit another 100 million on VOD sales. So can we consider this to be a flop? Yeah, I think so. Safe to say now. It's been quite a while. It's still not broken even. So, yeah. Again, the numbers are great. But you paid so much for the film. So it's not that good. Simple mathematics. Let me know what you guys think down below. Did you like the film? Did you dislike it? What put you off? Either going to see it in the movie theatres if you haven't. What put you off this film? Is it the fact that it was released in multiple markets first? You heard about it. Then released in your market. Did you pay to go watch it? Did you, sail the high seas? I'd love to hear any and all of your thoughts, so please do let me know down below in the comment section. Like I said, if you're new here, do hit subscribe, follow me over on Twitter, Instagram at Mr. Reviews. Would love you on both of those platforms. I'm looking to push my Twitter a little bit more, as well as my Instagram. That's right, you can see photos of me and Jasper. Yes, my doggo. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Take care.